to make connections to these signs.
Yeah.
Now, this is not Cromwell Shakir saying this. This is guidance from God that was similar to guidance that Adam got, guidance that Abraham got, guidance that Noah got. These great people didn't just become great; they followed guidance.
Yes.
And we need to understand there is nothing so spiritual that we're going to downplay the value of making connection to messages of God. And we're going to treat Scripture as though, oh, we really don't need it, man.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
We really don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I tell you, if we're going to be honest and bold, let us see what happened to us when we decided not to respect Scripture. Let us be honest and see how far we've fallen.
Yeah.
Because we've chosen to treat Scripture as though it doesn't have the value that it has, and we don't really need it. All we need to do is have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. The solutions, bro.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yes, the solution part it's got to be there.
Yeah.
You know, because it's right there to be seen. You know, we see it in our life every day. You know what I mean? What's going on in our little country?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like even the gun violence. You know?
Yes. Yes.
There's a solution to that.
Yes.
Like you said a while back, because we talk about this a lot, you know, on the show, right?
Yes.
You know, it doesn't come overnight. You know, it will never come overnight. So that means that we either put our minds together, our core that the creators gave us, right? Because that's very, very important. And speak on that same level, how we can deal with it.
Yes.
You know, the solution part is there for us.
Yes. Look.
Because I was talking, not to cut you short.
No, go ahead, bro.
I was talking to some young gentleman the other day, right? And they said, look, brother, you know, why are these guns coming in here? I said, well, right now, you know, the solution to this, right? They have caught somebody or some people, right, with guns, right?
Yes.
You know, and it's in the process. So the other brother says, brother, how long do you think this case is going to take, right? I said, why do you say that? I might ask you, why would you say that? He says, right now, right, the people that's going up in that court has come to a bottleneck. Where the cases, right, are going to be put back so far. This case here might die. It may die because the way the system's set up. They will pile over, they said people with tickets, gun violence, is domestic problems, all that clogs up our system, right?
Yes.
And becomes really, so this guy's, or alleged, guys that bought these guns in, right, and drugs, right?
Yes.
That because they are high authority guys, right? And when you think about the guy says, well, look, we might as well say to ourselves, you know, hey, forget about it. I said, no, we cannot forget about this because many lives have been lost. Our young seeds, right, that we need for the next generation, is the dying, they're getting shot.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? That makes sense. I said, we cannot give up on this.
Yeah.
This will come from me. It come from the Bible.
Yes.
It may come from you.
Yes.
And this is what we need to carry on.
Yes.
And I told him, I said, if you know anybody out there, right, that has weapons, because this is something that we don't need in Bermuda.
Yes.
Please turn it in. They have the bans out there.
Yes.
Or they're about to put them out. I'm not quite sure whether they're doing that yet.
Yes.
But they made plans to put these bans out there, right? So they can collect these nasty, dirty, stinking weapons.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So we have to participate. Mothers and fathers, you see something laying around your house that's not supposed to be there, that's supposed to be in that bin, you record it or you take it yourself. We need these type of people that's going to move this, you know?
Yes.
It's going to become safe down here after that.
Yes.
And those that don't want to do it, well, I'm sure the law's got something in place for those that get caught afterwards.
Yeah. Look, man,
see, bro?
with you talking and making this strong point you're making, Crofty,
Sure.
I'm encouraged to reflect on something that was a huge help for me to convince me that I should stay on the path of being the best example I could be for my family. It had to do with me addressing one of my children who fell foul of the law. You know, I don't run away from the fact that I had a couple of my children who ended up in behind bars.
Sure.
They ain't no different than anybody else as far as families who suffer in different ways to learn lessons. One of the lessons was that I faced one of my children and I said to them, I said, look, you're not going to be wasting my money or our money from the family to try to keep you from jail knowing that you're guilty, mate. The money that you would like for me to waste to try to prove that I could keep you out of jail by hiring a slick lawyer, that ain't gonna happen.
Right.
We're not gonna be wasting the family's money, and you may not learn the lesson and go back to these stupid ways that got you locked up. I said, what I will do for you is let you know I'm gonna be here with you the whole time that you're in this jail. And as long as you're willing to want to change your lifestyle, I'll be here with you. If you don't want to change your attitude and you continue to harbor that lifestyle you got, I'm not even going to come visit you in jail.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, I told him right to his face. I said, I'll be with you when you decide to want to correct what got you in trouble. You can't allow me to make you feel comfortable at the expense of the family suffering and you never correcting the hardship that caused you to be in trouble. So he looked at me with an incredulous look and I walked away from him. I left him to think about that. So the next time we got to talk, he sent me a letter. Really, he wasn't talking, he sent me a letter. Because I told him, I'm not coming up here to visit you unless you change your ways. So he sent me this letter and he showed me, he says, man, I'm going to try to say it as clear as possible. He said, when he saw me walk away from the space that him and I was talking, and he watched me walk away, he said he never felt so empty. Because he said that was the first time he's ever seen me give up on him. He says he's never experienced that before. He said, when he saw me walk away after saying what I said, he said, I felt as though you cut me off, man. And that I've never, ever had that from you ever before. He said, he couldn't explain how that affected him.
Tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love.
Yeah. And I said to him, I said, look, man, you were pushing me from yourself. I wasn't walking away from you. I gave you an alternative, and you chose not to accept the alternatives. Well, I was going to leave you to have your way because you're your own man now. If you have accepted to make decisions, then the consequences also must be felt. And when you see a need to correct that for your own good and for the good of the future of the family, then you and I can get back on track to try to improve in the conditions that we have as a family, man. I'm not trying to, look, man, I'm not trying to push the idea on the listening audience as though I was some angel guy and I was the age of my boy, you know. I wasn't no angel. I told my son, I said, hey, let me tell you what I'm willing to have you to understand, but the only difference between you and I is that you got caught and I didn't. That was the only difference. But when I smartened up and realized, hey, boy, for me to have a better life, I can't carry this foolishness with me.
Yeah.
And I have
rate,
to.
Man. It's the actual rate.
Yes. Yes. So what I'm getting at is, I'm saying this to our dear listening audience because I had to make a separation, just like the wheat from the tares of Christ Jesus here on Matthew 13 and 30.
Sure.
We're both growing together. The family is growing together. But what did Jesus say to the followers? Gather up the weeds and put them in a bundle and burn them.
And burn them, yeah.
See, I was gathering up the weeds for my son. I was putting them in a bundle and burning them. But he couldn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, no, being you're not accepting what we need to do to improve on these conditions that we're in, I'm going to make a separation until you decide what's best for yourself. Because I can't support you in your weaknesses. It's not going to be good for you or us as a family if I support you in your weakness. I'm going to support you in your strength, not your weaknesses, man.
Right.
So when he realized how far I was prepared to go to have him to get that message, he said, man, he finally got it, man. He finally got it.
Yeah.
So my point is that I wasn't separating for hurt. I was separating for good. I was enjoining that which is good. Even though I was creating a separation, it was for the good. You and I had to say to our loved ones, if they're from our loins or not, if they're in the community, we cannot support them when they are doing the wrong things, but we'll go over the moon for them when they're doing the right things.
Yeah.
That's what we want to say to these young boys.
And that's a nice way of growing our generation, man.
Yes,
because
man.
you just can't leave them out there to rot. If they want to listen to it, something consequences. But you see, if they see that fire and they know for a fact it's hot, they're not gonna put their hand on it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, So it's a lot of common sense and what we are talking about tonight, because it's so important. If you want to grow Bermuda the way it's supposed to be growing,
Yes.
And it's taking time, like we said before. But I see how we have some young women overseas now representing in the House of Lords. I think
that was a beautiful representation, boy.
Yes, man. I'm telling you, people got to look at that. The generation is coming up, and she's been taught good, by her family and then the community. You see, and the government takes a part in that, because I like to thank the PRP for doing what they're doing. So it's an effort to make this country better to what we need, not what we want, what we need.
Yes, and when I look at it like that, we see a wholesome society, because government is there to facilitate the needs of the community. Government is not our parents. They fall in line when we need assistance that we can't give ourselves.
Yeah.
So
we are the government. They're the representatives.
Yes.
They represent us. With what we need.
Yes.
Play more forceful and and do what they got to do. Be more peaceful. But sometimes it's hard to hold that. Sometimes you have to go up in their face and really look them right in the eye and discuss your situation.
Yes.
Hey,
when our intentions are good, we could challenge each other. We're not out there to hurt each other. We're just trying to get each other to hear what we need to say to one another with respect. And once we get to understand what we need to understand about each other, then we go and work with each other. That's how it's supposed to go. What they say, we're going to have the stick-to-itiveness, and we're going to have the courage to be able to take from one another what we need to hear, and when we hear good guidance, go forward and implement it.
Absolutely, man. You're hitting it right on the head, brother. And this is what is needed in this country.
Yes, man.
We have to grow this. It's so healthy. That's why I'm glad we're having this conversation tonight.
Yes.
Because we have to do what we do and do what we do best.
Yes.
Because otherwise, let our young ones feel it, and we see it every day, and people keep on getting these accidents, and then it's a lot of stuff going on still. But We're working on the big stuff.
And I thank you for your contribution, Crofty.
Thank you, my brother.
And I say,
Yes.
keep on keeping on, man.
Yes, you too, my brother.
And the rest of a great evening.
You, brother. Yeah, thanks for playing, brother. Playing big, please. You too.
Yes, thank you very much for your support, man.
Thank you, bro.
Caller, you on Balance Matters? Caller, you on Balance Matters?
Hey, good evening, Brother Cromwell.
Hey, good evening, my dear brother. How you doing?
Hey, wonderful. Listen, real talk.
Yes.
The conversation you brothers are having is real talk.
Yes,
sir. In fact, that's the conversation that I think we're missing.
Mm-hmm.
In our household, in our clubs, and in our social organization.
Yes.
The resolution to our problem is not going to be an intellectual solution. It's going to be one of sincerity, genuineness,
yes,
and hard talk.
Yes.
Last night, I had attended the final conversation about gun violence.
Yes, yes.
And one of the presenters highlighted the fact that a lot of our young men, our young youth, do not attend youth groups, social gatherings for young people that would receive this kind of instruction or dialogue. They're not getting it in sports clubs and things of that nature, not in terms of forthrightness and honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the conversation that we're having, that's currently being held, is one that needs to be replicated on the regular.
Yes.
Speaking with our offspring, our youth, whether they are relatives or not.
Yes.
Conversating with brothers on the street about the seriousness of what we're confronted with.
Yes.
Because I think that's when they begin to sense the seriousness of what we're looking at. Yeah, there are all kinds of issues. Economic, social,
yes,
psychological. But I think deep down within there's a sense of loneliness and lostness.
Yes. Man.
People feel lost. They feel abandoned.
Yes.
Based on poor decisions in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's about helping them to understand you're not alone.
Yes.
Because it is a different environment. Society is changing. It's a technological society. Folks don't know how to complete applications, get the appropriate help that's needed. And our pride gets in the way.
Yes.
And so we have to find a way to reach out to our young boys in particular. Because let's keep it real. A lot of these guys are not that they're ignorant. It's a sense of loneliness. It's a sense of battling a system where they feel the only way to survive is to kill or be killed.
Yes.
It's a different mindset.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right. The argument from a spiritual standpoint, that's what we're wrestling with.
Yes.
The new ideas that have floated into Bermuda has diminished our spirituality. Whether we would accept it or not.
Yes. Yes.
This thing about we don't need a religious concept or way of life.
Yes.
No. That's not from where we've come as a people.
That's right.
And the further we go away from it, the more pain we seem to endure.
Yes.
I think it's time. It's about us resonating our spirit and remembering from where we've come and our moral responsibility to one another.
Yes.
And it needs, in my humble view, it needs to be a national message.
Yes.
It's not just about the economy. It's not just about getting jobs.
Yes.
Just as we rally around supporting Jamaica and other countries, and I am all for that.
Yes.
The plea for gun violence is also to speak to the need for us as a people in preserving our heritage, in preserving our history, in preserving our legacy. Because that's what our ancestors did and got us to where we are. And it's only that we begin to fall on dark times when we begin to say, well, how did we get here? And the funny thing about it is, it needs to be said more than once, coming from different voices.
Yes. Yes.
growing up, somebody told you something, you heard it once. Somebody
Yes.
told you a second time, you heard it twice. But then the third time, it really rings a bell.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's making sense.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think that's the kind of approach that's needed. So I welcome the discussion that you brothers are putting forward, because it's real talk.
Yes. You know,
So,
anything short of us being honest, man, it's not going to work, man. We're got to be more honest about. I mean, I can't add nothing to what you said. I put it as a connectivity. What we're doing here at this point is connecting.
sure.
And that honesty will allow that to happen. I think some of us, I'm convinced, we have a certain fear of what that honesty is going to promote. We're reluctant to let people turn over whatever we have to say in honesty, because they may not reflect us in a way that will make us feel comfortable. Where some of us just can't take that. But I believe that is somewhat of a remedy for our problem, because
No, I agree. It's almost like ripping the Band-Aid off, right?
yes,
We talk about racism,
yes,
and we talk about the isms, but we have to talk about the honesty in terms of our situation, where we are,
yes,
and what we're confronted with. And it's all in our families. This is a small community.
yes.
So it's not like it's some secret.
In fact, I would just hope that we could see the opportunity that's available, like tonight, for us to test ourselves out by saying something to each other, or even asking a question to each other. I'm saying that we should want to practice that a little more, rather than say things to each other. Let us question and let us hear what questions we got for one another, so as to open up the reasons why I may be saying what I'm saying tonight. I didn't just decide to talk about my son. I have a good reason why I said that. Because I know it's somebody up Westgate right now
Sure.
that's no different than my boy. So we it's not in isolation, man. It's not in isolation. And that person, like you said, some of these people are disconnected, they're empty. Why? Look, I remember when I was in the parole board. This one case, man, I tell you, it's in my claw, will never ever leave me. A portion of the conversation and information sharing with this particular inmate, he said to us as a group, I've never ever heard anybody tell me they love me. I've never had people tell me that they were looking out and doing things in my interests. I didn't take what you guys were telling me, because I've never had that done to me before, and I didn't trust it.
Well, you go.
It never had people feel for him like he was having experienced coming from the parole board. He didn't know how to take that guidance because it was new to him. And he simply said, I've never had nobody tell me they're doing something for me because they care.
Yeah, that's it.
Come on, man. We're not just in a state. We're in a state because of something else having an impact on us.
Sure.
And we are not going to get it right until we become courageous enough to share with each other in the way that we have to, because we are family.
There you go.
We as a community, this local community, the ones that we say we love in this community, we are family. But at the same time, I told my children, every last one of them, neither one of you are going to be responsible for causing the whole family to go down. I'll lose one of you first before I lose the family. Straight up.
Powerful.
And I had to go in my room and cry after that.
Powerful.
because I never thought I had to be saying that to my children, man. I didn't raise them to kick them out.
Mm-hmm.
But it had to be said because they were going on a path that was threatening the family. And they had to hear it from her, the place they needed to hear it the most, from the example in the family.
We thank God for your courage. And I know that courage is based on your religious, your spiritual...
Oh, no doubt about it.
Existence. And that's what I'm talking about, pulling on that sense of being that we seem to think that we don't really need. That gives us the courage and the energy to address some of those sensitive matters.
Yes.
Because that's really where it comes from.
Yes.
It's not just about going to church on a Sunday or Sunday or Friday. It's about pulling on that force that's within and bringing it out and allowing us to deal with the reality. Sometimes it's not so pleasant, as difficult as they might be.
Yes.
But anyhow, I thank you for this topic, this conversation, the real talk.
Yes.
And hopefully it could be of encouragement to others as much as it has inspired me. That we look closer at ourselves and our communities and find a way to be more trusting and more honest in our day-to-day affairs to one another. May God continue to bless you.
I thank you for your contributions as well. Have the rest of a great evening.
And you as well.
The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. Solutions are being sought to the burdensome and most disruptive problems threatening our better future. Where are we likely to find the solutions we are seeking? That's a question that I ask us, dear listening audience. We're gonna be in the lines going a little quiet right now. I think I'm gonna take this opportunity to play a song. And in fact, I might just play two songs because of the connection that they both have. You know, speaking about human concerns because of our equal nature. When conditions are found around the world that may be similar to others, you'll find people with the same attitudes and responses because of how those conditions impact on human nature. So when I reflect on this, someone is calling in. Let me take the call. Calling on Balance Matters.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm thankful, my dear, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I was sitting back listening to you, and the conversations are excellent. I really like your program a lot.
I thank you very much for your support, too.
It's like really teaching. It's really teaching to hear a man speak. You sit back and you listen to what a man has to say. You know, that's what the guidance is. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Paying attention and hearing a man's input is so important today. It's always been important, but it's more important today because of what's going on.
Yes.
I always felt that the reason why we had all these murders is because this is not something new. I think this has happened years ago, why it was written, even in the scriptures. I believe that this happened years ago, and this is another reflection of how it took place before, why it was written. Because these children know certain things, they're intelligent, they're bright. Not everybody's child is falling behind in school.
That's right, yes.
You know, and some of these children are so intelligent, they know exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
You know, they're getting caught up because of the influences, yes. But some of them are so smart that they know to get attention or to be done with it or to be even accept that this is something that they have to do.
Yes.
Instead of them saying, well, I'm really not going to turn that way because of my parents already warned me, or because I've had teachings in my household, I'm still just going to do it because I have to be down with what's going on in the island.
Yes.
And like you said, this is worldwide, it's global, it's just not Bermuda.
That's right.
And I agree with you when you said you put it out there about your son. It's because a lot of us mothers,
yes,
some fathers are not in the household, like my husband passed, I'm a widow.
Yes.
But at the same time, we have to stand our ground as mothers. We're not men. We can't do what a man would do when it comes to male children, even girl children having same issues.
Yes.
So we're not males to pick up from where they left off.
Yes. Yes.
Mothers could only do so much.
Yes. Yes.
I even went to the church at one point when my children were much younger. I asked for some of the men of the church to come and be here because the father passed in front of them, and I wanted them to come and have a word. They didn't even have to stay long; just come and have a word.
Yes.
And nobody showed up.
Oh.
So the cry went up, but nobody showed up.
Yeah.
So I had to tell these children, listen, there's advisors around that you're going to have to go to, or mentors around that you're going to have to go to and seek out, like I'm trying to seek them out, that somebody could have a word with you.
Yes, yes.
And bring about a better way or a better situation, even for my own children. But I like when you said that about your son, is because I know that it had to be hard for you, and you said you cried. It's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong for male crying, because we mothers are going through the exact same things, even though we're not saying it. We are being just as tough as we could be, just as hard, very loving, but at the same time, we're trying to put it there so that our children will get that same message that they're trying to relate to your son. We're going through the similar or same things around Bermuda.
Yes.
A lot of women may not say that because they're living in fear. Some of them in our household, they're living in fear.
Yes.
They know some of these items and things are in the household, or their children have these things. They know that these children have these things because they see them go out the door with it sometimes. And they warn them, and they even try to take it. But you got to remember, these children are tough enough to take on the mother.
Yes, yes.
They may not take on a man, but they're going to take on the mother.
Yes, yes.
And a lot of mothers go to bed crying.
Yes.
Or trying to write something on a piece of paper and can't even write because they're so nervous and so afraid.
Yes.
That they can't get the message out.
Yes.
And so who do they go to?
Yes. I want to say something while you're on air, because you touched me.
I just want to let you know that I appreciate you as a man saying what you said tonight.
Yeah.
We listened.
Yeah.
We heard.
Yeah.
We heard your pain too, because we all going through it, and we're going through it together. May not be in the same household, but all throughout Bermuda, we're going through this thing together. And I felt like it was almost a plan to have all these murders like this. I felt like it was a plan, because I felt like we could have done something at the beginning. We had ample enough time to nip this thing in the bud, and they didn't. They could have been brought in some specialists a long time ago after the first murder and said, listen, we're not going to have this island turned upside down the way even the young people or anybody else in authority want this place to be. We could have done something.
Let me finish what I wanted to say, and I thank you for reaching out to me like you have. When I heard you say that you went to the church, right, and you look for some help, I constantly look at the experience that I've had over the years in naturally approaching young people who needed what you said you was looking for your child.
Yes, because they were grieving. They needed it.
Yeah, and if and when we are functioning correctly, we can feel that. See, I had a woman come up to me and tell me, she said, look, I've recognized what you've been to my son. You've been like a father to him. I didn't try to be no father to him. I was just responding in a way that was responsible.
Yes.
I gave that child what he deserved.
Yes, you did.
And
You
she
did.
said she was appreciative
Yes.
because I was looking out for her son, like a father.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say that,
And that's what love is.
yeah, man, that's why I'm still talking now, because you guys got to hear. We have a responsibility.
Yes.
And we shouldn't have to be looking for people like you to come to us. If we're feeling it like we should see it when it's needed. That's
So
the point I'm making.
before, but I just think that they just got too busy. That's how I put it.
And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying now. I'm not criticizing them. What I'm saying is, if something like that happened, it shouldn't have never happened. Because if you were crying out, they should have heard it. And if things were going the way it should be, you didn't need to cry out. Somebody should have been there. Because I'm pretty sure they saw you just like I saw the child I was dealing with. Now, a lot of people don't allow it to resonate because we are not allowing the influences to impact on us like it should. I didn't have to try to help that child. That child was my child.
Right.
That's the way I function.
Yes.
And I'm pretty...
Comedians are like that. Comedians are like that
Yeah.
as well, you know.
Yeah, and in fact, I have no doubt in my mind, that's what people see when they come here. They see the beauty in the Bermudian spirit because we have a big heart
Yes.
and we came up with good moral structure.
Yes, we did.
And we displayed in a way that is admirable because people see it and they say they admire the Bermuda way. And we're losing it too fast.
Yes.
And the world is leaving us behind because things are changing and because we are not changing with the world to make sure it doesn't hurt us. It is overtaking us and we're losing because we are not got the controls that we should have. And those controls start with the individual first, not the outsider, the individual. And in this case, I'm talking about my responsibility as a man.
Right. See, a lot of them are making this day economics. And that's why we're losing too. Come with cash in your hand. Come and offer us more than what you can give.
Yes.
But at one point, I even tried to walk up in the church hall and put some money in.
Yes.
But I had a lot of things to pay 1 month.
Yes.
They even talked about that. Oh, here comes somebody that don't want to pay as much as others. And I'm going to put it out there because it needs to be fair.
Yes.
Sometimes people have other things to do, and they give to other charities, and they give to people in the community to ask them when they walk up to them. So it's not always about putting everything where you want it at that time.
Yes.
Not that they're not coming back to put money in, because they are.
Yes.
But you have to take what they got at the time.
Yes.
Because it's split up
Yes.
different places.
Yes.
So those are the examples I'm talking about.
Yes. And I
But
appreciate...
the lessons for me, too, because I take that on.
Yes. And I'm so happy for you calling in and sharing this too.
I appreciate your show. I really do. I have a lot to say, but I'll just leave it right there and let somebody else call in.
I thank you for
You
your
have a good
contribution.
night.
I thank you for your contribution and have the rest of a great evening.
Yeah, thank you.
The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. The lines are open. Caller, you on Balance Matters?
Hey, brother, God bless you, man. How you doing?
I'm thankful, man.
Look, my name is Reverend Mike. A lot of guys know me in the street as Reverend Mike. I've been dealing with these youth gangs for over 5 years. At first, I used to work at Jerome Bradley's son. I took 6 weeks off without pay to start a program for youth gangs. I had men come out to talk about it. I had write in the paper, but on television, radio. But the solutions for these gangs are right here in Bermuda. That's what the experts in Bermuda are these fathers and mothers who board these children.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
They bring in people from the States. They don't care. They come in and get a plane ticket, a hotel room, 3 meals a day, stay up in Fiji, and get some money to go back to the States. But these boys, man, here, are my family. They are my children. They're my nephews and whatever. They belong to me. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And I come back to Bermuda after 10 years in the streets of Canada to work with the youth gangs. I talked to Michael Weiss the first time. He didn't I'm talking to him. He didn't pay attention to what I had to say. I had to go to another minister of the parliament, a former minister, to help me get Michael Weiss to listen. Second time I went to him, and I'm praying with him from my church. He listened. We haven't heard from him in over a year. Man, look, I am tired, but you know, I go to sleep. I wake up, I'm ready to go again. I am 77 years old.
Mm.
I'm tired, brother. I'm tired. I was trained by one of the former ministers of this, Reverend B.R. Bishop Bird. He trained me from a child.
Yeah, Reverend Bird. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He taught me well. And I didn't go to college or seminary that all these guys went to. I went on the branch of direction and teachings. And that's how I got ordained. I lived in Canada for 3 years. I worked for the runaway kids. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia. I was a special deputy sheriff getting presidents off the street to a point where the pimped, hired, and out-of-state hitmen to kill me. And the police found out about it. And they ushered me out of Atlanta full police escort. I have worked hard, my brother, and I'm still doing it.
Yes.
But look, in Bermuda, I don't sit behind a desk and try to think what to do for these guys. I go out and talk to these guys and see what they want.
Yes.
Right? They want a place to hang out, a building, any building. And people look at me and say, we ain't got the building in Bermuda. Brother, we got all these school halls doing nothing on the weekend. Pull us up. Why can't we use them? Mm-hmm. Brother Al James was the Minister of Education, and when I started the program, we tried to get private school. The teacher up there had mentioned if we can't do it, the boys will break the windows. I said, we use sponge balls. Okay, who's going to take care of them? I said, we go to a parent-teachers meeting and ask for volunteers. Mm-hmm. And the police approached me. They say, Reverend Mike, we're looking for somebody like you. If you get the thing started, we the police force in Somerset, have some man on the force will come by in plain clothes and mingle with the kids. That will bring us to the togetherness of these young guys, of the police and young guys, right? Man, look, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. But you know, I keep good Lord. And I go, keep good Lord, so God calls me home. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you for your good work.
Yeah.
Thank you for your contribution, man.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome, man. But I don't give up.
I wish you the best, too, man.
Man, I went to Chief Inspector Sykes Smith when I came back.
Yes, Sykes. Yes.
Sykes.
Yeah,
you need to get ready.
Yes.
He said they were coming. They came. The gangs are here.
Yes.
And I talked to guys. Oh, like a young man stopped me this morning. I was in the hospital. He was one of the gang members in Summers when I started my program.
Yes.
Guy has got a family, working, settled down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Some of them are cleaned up.
Yes.
But I know I ain't got much time. You got big clear.
But you keep on keeping on. Your work is not in vain, and whatever you've done, you're going to be rewarded for it. And for those you've helped, I'm pretty sure they benefited as well.
I'm sure too, man.
Yeah, thank you very kindly for your contribution, man.
Right. Right.
Likewise, you and yours, man.
Okay, bro. Take care.
All right. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. I spoke earlier about being able to read signs. Calling you on Balance Matters.
Yes, I'm sorry to call back, but I felt his heart.
Yes, man.
I really felt his heart, and he's speaking well. Because why can't we use one of these schools that's closed now?
Yes.
Why can't we turn one or two of these schools into an apartment building like they've done in England and all over the place? Why can't we be there and make things happen?
Yes, man. Yes, yes.
We need a proper committee. We need somebody that's willing to go beyond what's going on here right now and fix these things and get them in place and put these people in these places.
Yes.
Put some heat in these schools and make it workable.
Yes. Well,
and that's all I have to say.
Let me say this. See this is the benefit of discussions of this nature, because I'm pretty sure somebody heard what you said and what he said, and when the right ears hears things, they go out and respond. And I have no doubt in my mind, we need to talk things out. We need to speak to the issues as they are and have the courage enough to acknowledge what should be taken and run with it. That's what we need to do. Other than that, we're the ones that's responsible for our children not getting what they deserve.
Here we are.
We're the ones that's responsible for this. Nobody else is going to take it up. We have to accept the responsibility.
And that's why I'm going to stand firm and do what I have to do here. And I'm not planning on putting any of them out. They'll leave in a court if they wanted to.
Yes.
But I'm not planning on leaving them out.
Yes.
That's why I bought it.
Yes.
And I struggle to try to keep it.
Praise be to God. Thank you kindly, my dear.
You have a nice evening.
You do likewise. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. I was talking about how certain signs needs to be read and understood for what they are. In looking at how messages are to be seen for what they're worth. In looking at leadership, there's personal leadership, there's group leadership, there's national leadership. When we look at the international leadership, when it comes around to nations being examples, national leaders being examples for others, the world is looking at an international colossal problem where we have a leader of the free world in the name of Donald Trump, and the image of this individual when it comes around to human responsibilities and the human value and the human qualities and the importance of character of a leader. What we're seeing is failure at its worst as to what happens to a nation, what happens to a people when their leader is not the example that he should be or they should be. And people are finding it hard to ignore. What song I'm about to play, it was a song that was penned because of how people are seeing the image of Donald Trump as being, at this point, his second term as a president. But this song that I'm about to play was written when he done his first term as president. And really, I couldn't get over how someone could have penned a song so adequate. And I'm going to play it and hope that you will see a benefit in it. And I'll have my comments at the end.
All right, here we go. Let's start with hope. I threw it in the middle like a skipping stone. The ripples one, son of a gun. Some would not have thought so, but I stand here, Commander-in-Chief, and I take that seriously. But along the way, a rogue ripple turned tidal wave. In reaction to what I tried to do, a rebirth of a nation's hatred. Red, white, and blue is black in there too. Seriously. One man rewriting the book on bad behavior. Maybe cheats the neighbors, feels he gets what they pay for. We can't pat him on the back and send him on through. No man's ignorance will ever be his virtue. Is this the best we can be? Seriously. Let's talk of fear and why I don't bring it in here. It's a dangerous word, spooks the herd, and we all bleed in the stampede. Fear makes a false friend indeed, and I take it seriously. Oh, hear me now, for the truth gets drowned out by a demigod flexing, a demigod flexing. Sees history repeating. Angry, am I angry? You ask, am I angry? And I'm at a loss for words. After all we've done, every battle hard won, every hair gone gray, in the name of this place, in a history plagued with incredible mistakes. Still I pledge my allegiance to these united, divided states. Seriously. Let's end with why. It's a question I wanna ask of us as a populace. Why not take our time, all the weight of this story seriously?
Yes. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. Couldn't have heard such adequate words that spoke to the realities. We need to understand how cause and effect is. Calling you on Balance Matters.
How you doing, Cromwell?
I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful, my dear brother. How are
Good,
you?
I got somewhat of a solution.
Okay.
I always played football and nobody came to watch me. So let's have a whatever, I don't know how many times a week. We've got a lot of football heroes.
Yes.
One of them could be Clyde Best, Gilbert Darrell, Code Trot, Bummy Simons, Donald Dean, Sean Gooder, Carl Lightbourne. The list goes on, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And they could hook up a tournament once a week, twice a week. I'd like 5 times a week. And you show up to this tournament. It might have to be off season. I don't know, but you get the gist of what I'm saying.
Yes,
and you show up.
I do.
And you go eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yes.
So whoever shows up for the night, you don't show up at PHC or your Devonshire Colts or your Trojans or your St. George's.
Mm-hmm.
And eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you all go and we do either 6-a-side against 6,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then the winner takes all, and you're not playing with your club or your gang. You're going to play with a person you don't like. And the heroes, you name all our soccer heroes that were got, so not all of them have to show up on the night, and the kids get to play in front of so many of our past soccer heroes. At the same time, our heroes get to be there communicating and having a good time on their past.
Yes.
And the kids will be able to look up to and know that the ones that don't have their fathers they're watching, or don't have their parents or families they're watching, they've got some darn good gentleman heroes to be watching to put on a good show for.
Mm-hmm.
That only came to mind today because I did hear Clyde Best, and he was saying today on a show, and he was speaking to there's no more competition in the schools anymore. And that's where they used to get that real fierce pride and competition between this school playing, because it goes beyond after school and going to your clubs.
Yes, man.
Right?
Yes.
It started in school ages, so maybe it might have to be very youngsters. I don't know. But I know soccer is a huge sport in Bermuda, and I know not that finances means everything, but opportunities through overseas education, as well as overseas professionalism. Now, I don't want to break kids' hearts because very few are going to make it because it's that competitive.
Yes.
But if the simple thing is said that kids can actually go there and know that some real gentlemen are watching them play that night, I can only assure that the average kid's game will pick up just because of those gentlemen that are there would be watching.
Yes.
So if we can name off 30 of them, like Bascom, Kenny Thompson, right?
Yes.
And it doesn't need to all to put the pressure on. They don't all need to be there on any God-given night. But out of 30, 40 people that we can name off the top of our head, if 10 out of them are there, and they can call it a socializing event, and like you said, everybody show up, whoever shows up, try and make time. But 6-a-side, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yes.
You hated each other last week because this guy's on your team this week.
Yes, friendly rivalry.
Around that camaraderie.
Yes, friendly rivalry, they call it.
Yeah, there you go, right? And then next week, you don't know whose team is going to be on next week, so don't play stupid, because next week he could be your goalkeeper.
Oh, look at that. My gracious.
All right, mate.
Hey, man, thank you very much for that thought, man.
Peace and love.
Likewise, man. Have the rest of a great evening. The number is 297-1027 for Talking Balance Matters. Each one, teach one. When we internalize our responsibility, accept to want to carry it out, and just desire in our heart to do the best we can do. That's all we can do. The best that we can do. When whoever we're communicating with feels that you're doing all you can in any type of challenge, people who are respectful, they appreciate the contribution regardless of how it ends up. What has to happen, and until we take the risk and commit ourselves to challenge and take on this effort, we're not going to improve things. Calling on Balance Matters.
Hey, Brother Carmel.
Hey, my dear brother, how you doing, man?
Powerful message tonight, boy.
Thank you very much.
Man. It reminds me, and I hope a lot of people walk away with a lesson. And in that lesson, a message that Father, put some time with your children.
Yes.
Especially your boy.
Yes.
I'm not going to say much tonight, but
yes.
I've been listening closely.
Yes.
Like I said, the message is powerful. But, you know, we men need to listen.
Yes.
Not take this stuff for granted. You know, the problems we're having with our children, especially our males, can be curtailed.
Yes.
Somewhat.
Yes.
I mean, you know more than I that you can try your hardest sometimes. The outcome isn't always as perfect as you would like it to be.
Yes.
But somewhere along the way, that child can internalize something positive.
Yes.
If you're putting the time with them. But if you ain't putting the time with them, you ain't teaching them nothing anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
So putting the time with them is important.
Yes.
Because the goodness you're portraying will rub off even if they go astray.
Yes, man.
They have a better chance of getting back on course.
Yes, man. They will remember, man.
That's right.
They will remember.
That's right. So I just wanted to leave you with that, my brother. Sometimes it's nice to listen and be educated.
Thank you very much for your support, my dear brother. Appreciate you.
Problem.
Appreciate you very much.
Amen, my brother.
Right.
Amen.
The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. The lines are open. Anyone who tried to get through, this is an opportunity for you to get in. Calling you on Balance Matters.
Hey, Cromwell, I really messed up because I didn't name nobody white, and I'm white. And there's one gentleman when I was 10 years old until I was 14 years old paid me to be babysitted every summer holiday.
Oh.
And if you know anything about football, is the one white person in the last 50 years that's gave more money to football in his past or before he even passed. And
Mr. Marshall?
God bless his soul. I don't know if you know who he is, but I messed up in not naming him, but he isn't alive, and that is the referee, Charlie Marshall.
That's who I called. I said, Mr. Marshall. Yeah.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
And so, if I called for no one else tonight, it would be also Charlie Marshall, and I apologize for not giving you his name, but he's not here. All the other ones, he would probably love to see that tournament, but I know half those gentlemen that I named tonight, I think would love to be a part of something like that, whereas, they're older, so they got arthritis, they might not be able to make it, there are some, seriously, I know I saw Mr. Darrell walking his dog, I don't know if he was trying to step over some crab holes or he's getting old himself, right?
Yes.
So, any which way. Check you later.
Yeah, I appreciate that
yeah,
call.
Man.
I'm glad you called back and done what you done, brother. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks.
The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. We're gonna get it done. I'm a believer. Calling you on Balance Matters.
Yes, good evening, my brother.
Yes.
Peace be unto you.
And unto you be peace as well.
Yeah, beautiful and very engaging topic. Mm-hmm. I want to share something. I believe there are a number of reasons why things are they are today.
Yes.
Someone mentioned about competition. I remember growing up in an age where our education system was totally different, primary school, high school, and competition was healthy. I mean, playing football playing against fans or Warwick, or wherever it was.
Yes.
Rugby.
Yes.
Sports. It was competition was very healthy.
Yes.
The beginning of the end was when they changed the education system to the way it is now. They took away that competition.
Yes.
Competition is extremely healthy. If you realize that human beings who begin competing very early,
Yes.
2 granddaughters, 3 and 2, and they compete.
Yes.
So it's just natural. Competition is natural and it's healthy.
Yes.
So when we lost that competition, we created this more and a better environment for gangs, really. Because now you got one big high school and everybody's mingled together. And then we further segregated ourselves.
Yes.
But also at that time after school, we got in our neighborhoods and we played football during football season.
Yes.
We played cricket during cricket season. We had fun. We played marbles.
Yes.
We had camaraderie. We had a disagreement. We had a fight. It would be ended with handshake and everything's cool.
Yes.
It's forgotten.
Yes.
We had we had days where we got together. I remember the days mobilettes.
Yes.
That was gang, and that was the gangs that we had.
Yes.
Sometimes 200 bikes leaving City Hall on a Saturday night, talking about we're going to a party somewhere.
Yes.
But again, it was all healthy.
Yes.
So to speak.
Yes.
We had gangs. We had the turtles. We had the snails. Mobilette days, but it wasn't violence.
Yes.
So, and now on top of that, we live in a digital age, and younger people are attracted to a digital age. They live in an age where they begin with their cell phone at 4 or 5 years old, and by 6 and 7, they're hooked, addicted, just as bad as the heroin addict. And many of us adults are addicted to our phones. Try putting your phone down and leaving it for the day. I know you well. You probably can do that no problem. But I know some people, they can't leave it about an hour. They have the like and the dislike so that they want you to come back to it.
Yes.
So my suggestion and my suggestion is this: there is a lot of good stuff I'm an older guy, so I don't use Instagram and all that other stuff. But I'm a Facebook guy, and I've come across a lot of good stuff, quotations. I saw one the other day. Perspective. Shaquille O'Neal in person gave an interview. He said, "My father taught me about perspective. We played a game, and he said, 'How was your game?' He said, 'Dad, I lost today. I played terrible. I was under so much pressure.' He said, 'Pressure? Son, meet me tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna show you pressure.' He said, 'My dad, I got in the car. We left at 5 in the morning. We drove for a bit. We pulled up under a bridge. There was a tent on the other side of the road. And we just sat there. We sat there for an hour. 6:30, a man walks out. He said, 'Son, that's pressure. That's pressure.' He doesn't know where his next meal is coming from. He doesn't know, he's under pressure. A few minutes later, his wife walks out. He said, 'Son, that's pressure.' It's too late. A few minutes later, 2 kids come out. He said, 'Son, I'm tired of you rich athletes talking about you're under pressure. When you had a bad game, you lost, but you still get a paycheck.' So perspective. It's all about perspective. So there are good things. What I'm trying to get, there's good things out there. In addition to that, I'd like for the audience, to listening audience, if they have social media, create a post. You don't have to show your face, or just a quotation.
Yes.
But reach out to the young people.
Yes.
And let them know your concerns. Just as you're talking here on this call today.
Yes.
I've heard some really good stuff.
Yes.
Voice your concerns.
Yes.
Again, the thing about trying to get the government to do things, the collective makes things happen.
Yes.
1 or 2 voices here and there, it's not going to happen. We need the collective.
Yes.
Somehow, the collective has to get the government to see, what it is you're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
Yes,
I do. I feel
social media. My suggestion is use the social media.
Yes.
As individuals, we can use the social media. As a community, as a group, we can use the social media.
Yes.
Even some of your excerpts.
Yes.
From your show on Tuesday nights, you can put an excerpt on Facebook, a short excerpt to further get the message out.
Yes.
So again, Instagram and all this, I don't use them, but I'm sure there are things that we can do, and young people, us older people can do to encourage our younger people to be proactive, and looking out for their career and whatnot.
Yes.
So my suggestion again is to use fight fire with fire, And social media is the thing. Social media is the thing of this decade. We're living in a digital age.
Yes.
It's here, and it's not gonna go away.
That's right.
It's only going to be more digital as we continue in this life. So, we need to, I would suggest we can do this as individuals and as groups.
Yes.
Is to use social media to get the message out. Let them know our concerns.
Yes. I thank you for that. What they say, meet them where they are.
Yes, meet them where they are.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Peace to you, my brother.
Thank you very kindly, and unto you be peace. Have the rest of a great evening.
You as well.
Calling on Balance Matters.
Morning, Mr. Cromwell. How you doing?
I'm thankful, man. And how are you?
Good, man. I haven't gone for a little while.
Yes.
I'm listening to your show. Very, very, very good show. The early day, everyone's looking for change. We're not going to get any change. Government is not going to do it. We have to do it ourselves, right?
Yes.
Until we get a no-nonsense government, then you will see change. I'm not going to get it. They're having this meeting with the governor who could leave. He could leave, up and leave, or they could send him somewhere else. Commissioner Brother Weeks, he could leave. The commissioner, he could leave. And that's what's going to end up. That's what's going to end up happening. Because there's not going to be any change. Things are getting worse for decades. And it hasn't changed. To me, they're not doing anything, man. They're not doing anything. Don't let the cat out of the bag. It's been like this, like I said, for decades. They haven't done nothing. We need to think about it, man. We need to come together as a community and do it ourselves. What to do? I don't know. But we need to do something. We're all just sitting back. The phone should be ringing off the hook.
Well, in hearing us tonight, knowing how I'm feeling right now, and knowing what caused me to do the best I could tonight, I believe that we are coming together and we are feeling each other. And the more we do this, the more we're going to find the answers that you just finished suggesting. The more we do what we're doing tonight, we'll get what you just suggested just now.
This is the only show that does this. Tuesday nights. That's it. People are like they are afraid to come out and speak and to let the emotions out. Some of them do.
Yes.
I'm not saying that.
Yes.
But it should be a hell of a lot more.
Yes. Look, man, I have no doubt in my mind that we are caring enough to continue to improve the way we're doing things. We are at the precipice. We're at the beginning. We're at a level where we are making connection with each other. Trust me on this one, brother. I know what I'm feeling is not emptiness right now, brother. It's not empty. What I'm feeling is not empty. And I'm not the only one. I know that. It's just that we're got to trust in each other to be able to commit to one another. And when we need to stand for one another, you wouldn't have to ask. It's just going to happen. When we're serious, that's what happens.
Yeah, we need help, man.
Yeah. And I'm saying, just like you spend some time saying what you said, brother, I'm not going to doubt how far what you're saying is going, you know. I'm not going to doubt that, man. But we got to be able to add to this, though. Don't just continue to repeat what we're doing. We're going to add to it, improve upon it, put our money where our mouth is, be sincere in what we say we would like to see, and stop waiting on somebody else to say it or do it. Be willing enough to put ourselves on the line because we care. And I believe that many of us care. We're just got to find a way to touch base with one another. And I know we are doing it. We on Balance Matters are doing it. And God is going to bless us to do it even better the more sincere we are in wanting to do what we're doing right now. I have no doubt in my mind about that, bro. I'm not waiting on numbers. I believe in people who have good intentions, who mean well, they will jump on board, boy. Anyhow, bro, your closing is gone. I'm going 1 minute over, 2 minutes over my time, but it was worth it, okay?
Good man.
Thank you very much, my brother.
All right, bro.
Until next week, have the rest of a great evening.
Okay.
Thank you very kindly for being patient with me tonight. I certainly am the better off. We are the better off based on what we have done for each other tonight. And I ask of us to don't let this be a one-off. Let us encourage each other to build upon what we're trying to do tonight and see where it will go when we sincerely put into effect what we desire for our better future. Tune in next week to Balance Matters. Have the rest of a great evening.
The opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of the ownership, management, or staff of Magic 102.7 or Inter